I met Jean the middle of my freshman year, right after the 1st of January. So we had our first date in the hiking club. And from then on, we were together just about all the time. We got married at the end of my sophomore year. And he was leaving the area, expecting to be sent overseas. He had always, because of his Chinese language, at that point they called him back and insisted that he come back in. And he was on loan working out of CIA. So he went back in the service and immediately they sent him overseas. He had gone overseas, I wasn't real sure, but at that time I suspect he was somewhere in China, but I don't know where. And he never talked about what his duties were all the years that he would be in town. I always told people that he would come in and see the new baby, stay long enough to get me pregnant, and go back overseas. He was in Korea and he was there for about 1.5 years. And I wrote him and I said that I was tired of taking care of all the kids by myself and taking care of the problems with the house and all this other, that if he didn't arrange for me to go overseas, at least to live in an area where I'd be closer to him, that I wouldn't be there when he came home. I got a call from the security office and said, would I please come in and submit for a security clearance and so forth. Well, it was just bringing his security up to date because I had been already investigated, which disturbed my mother when the FBI came to the house, and etc. But I was then cleared and was told that I would be able to go to Korea that summer. And so then we arrived on the 10th of September in Korea. And 9 days later, on the 19th, I woke up in the morning and I thought, I'm going to have a baby today. I had all the indications. And so this happened to be a morning when the Turkish president was going to be visiting, and so all the school children in national costume were lined up along the streets. And we had to go across town out into the edge of the Seoul to the Seventh-day Adventist hospital, which was, I went into the hospital, and of course it's all Korean, very small room that was the labor room, and on the table, delivery table, was a Korean lady in the middle of delivering or in her labor. And they immediately picked her up and put her on the floor and put me on the table. And then people started coming to the door and coming in, and all of a sudden I realized that the whole room was full of Koreans, gardeners and cooks and everybody that wanted to see if the American woman had babies the same way Korean ladies did. But I thought, so what? And I went ahead and Jamie was delivered. We lived in Korea for 5.5 years. The interesting culture that I learned about, the people. I wandered all over Korea. I never had any I probably have walked every mile of it. And I will have to say that it was rough, and there were days when I felt like pulling my hair out, and I was probably ugly and nasty and mean. But we did it, and I'm proud of the fact. I enjoyed every minute of it, actually. The bad parts disappeared. I only remember the good part.